Hello, this is teddygaming and welcome back to another review on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles TMNT, the Saturday Morning Adventures, issue number 4, and yeah, this is the final issue and also the final review for the series, and I must admit, it does feel a bit weird actually doing a final review for a series. I mean, however short it was, and this whole issue was pretty interesting, I would say, and I would like to address the whole series as well as overall in at the end of the video. But yeah, this issue was pretty interesting, and yeah, I don't really know what to make of it because some bits were enjoyable, but then there were some elements of it that just felt a bit unrealistic in a way. Yeah. Okay, so for the main story itself, we get to see Mikey and Splinter go out to do some errands, but that's when Splinter is sort of attacked by Baxter Stockman, as he built a little device that basically sprays out some little air, and this air will basically allow like little mouses to go inside of Splinter's brain and his body, and start to attack him from the inside. So that's when Mikey takes him back to the lair, and the turtles come up with a good idea to basically shrink down, go into the party wagon, and then fly into Splinter, and then defeat the mouses that way. Yeah, that's a really stupid and weird plot, but somehow they do manage to do it within this whole issue. Yeah, it just works somehow. So the turtles do ask April to help them on the outside, just in case anything does go wrong, they can have a little escape. But we do get to see the turtles inside of Splinter's bloodstream, and this is where things get really weird really fast. Just because in this scene we get to see the turtles fighting on Splinter's white blood cells, which are somehow little versions of Splinter, and yeah, this is possibly where this whole storyline goes off the rails and becomes its own unique, weird, stupid thing. Just because for some reason the turtles think it's a good idea to actually start attacking the white blood cells, but these white blood cells are actually quite powerful just because they share the same DNA as Master Splinter, and I don't really know what to really make of this, just because on the one hand it's a really creative story, but on the other hand I do feel as though that they're really taking advantage of the whole creative aspects of it and turning the blood cells into Splinter. It's creative, I would say that. But that's when the turtles decide to drive off and then go into Splinter's brain, and that's when they find the mouses, but the thing is that the white blood cells also coming after them, and it just leads to this big war in Splinter's brain. So the turtles have to fight off against the mouses as well as the white blood cells, but Donnie comes up with a good idea to reprogram the device that's on Splinter's brain, and basically allows that these new mouses, 4 new mouses that look almost like the turtles, who have the weapons of the turtles and the colours of the turtles, to go after the mouses. And yeah, I just really wish I was making this story up. It just goes from one extreme to the next, and I don't really understand how Donatello makes the mouses inside of Splinter's brain with the little device thing or anything like that, and I doubt we'll ever know. But again, this all goes into that little bit of element of just even though this is a cartoon and this whole franchise is not really realistic, I do feel as though there should be at least some realism in this universe, at least somewhere. And to have this sort of thing in this little scene here, it really just makes me wonder, just, I don't really know what's the best way of saying it. It's just for if they can do this, then more or less anything could happen. And I feel at that point, you don't really keep it grounded in a way. So, yeah. But that's when the turtles decide to escape, and Splinter sneezes, and the turtles escape, and Mikey wants to be shrunk down just so that he can eat a pizza, but you know, the pizza's going to be big for him. So overall, this issue it's interesting, I would say, because on the one hand I do think it's a really fun type of adventure with the turtles going into Splinter's body, trying to save him from the inside out, fighting all these weird mechanical stuff and all that. I do think that's really fun, but like I've been saying throughout this issue, I do feel as though that maybe there should have been a bit more of a grounded element to this. I'm not too sure how they could have done this. I think maybe getting rid of the white blood cells little bit there. I do feel as though they were really taking creative elements there, and then also the Ninja Turtle mouse of things. That also was a bit yeah, you're really taking liberties with this whole creative aspect of this. But other than that, I thought this issue was pretty good. I don't think this was one of the better ones, but I feel as though but it was still a really good, enjoyable issue. But yeah, like I said, this is actually the final issue for the series, and I would like to address that as a whole and say that overall this series has been uniquely fun, I would say. Because on the one hand, I do like that we are revisiting this version of Turtles, we're getting more content for Turtles, more comic books for Turtles, and stuff like that, and I can't deny that I'm not looking forward to it, because every time these comics do come out, I do have like some bit of hype for going into these comics, but I wouldn't say I would have as much hype as I do with other comics. But this one, I don't know, I think for me, because I never really grew up with with this cartoon as much as other people, I don't really have too much of a connection with these version of Turtles. So whenever I'm watching these ones or reading them, I don't have too much of a connection, and it feels though that I'm always judging these ones too harshly. And I would say that I do go into these comics open-minded, but at the same time there's just like a lot of stuff which they are definitely replicating from the cartoon, but at the same time it's not exactly something which I overly enjoy. But with the amount of stuff I do put in the comics and how much love they throw for the show, I do think it's like a little bit hard to just say that yeah, these comics are bad. But I do think overall these comics were fun. I do think that I would have preferred like a lot of other stuff from these ones, such as like maybe like an actual ongoing like storyline or something like that, making these stories a bit more serious, something like that. I know that I want those type of things, but at the same time I know that it's for this version of the Turtles, so what I would want doesn't really wouldn't really matter too much, as it wouldn't really fit the show, as basically most of the stories in that show were episodic, so it wouldn't really make too much sense to do a storyline or anything like that. And making it a bit serious, yeah, you're definitely losing the fun aspect of the 80s cartoon stuff. So on the one hand I'm enjoying it, but on the other hand I'm frustrated because this is not really what I think of Turtles or what I like in Turtles. But I do think overall, for this whole storyline or whole series, I would say that it is still pretty fun, really enjoyable. And if you are a fan of this version of Turtles and you have read this one and have enjoyed it, then good for you. I'm glad that you've at least I'm glad that you've been able to find something. Sadly, I haven't been able to, but at least there are other versions of Turtles out there. And with like some rumours about this version of Turtles potentially begin another volume of Saturday Morning Adventures stuff, I'm somewhat looking forward to see what they could do with that and see what adventures they could tell. Just because it feels though that with the series overall there was like so many potentials, and with it only being 4 issues, they limit themselves so much. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today, guys. I'm quite interested to hear what you say about this in the comment section below. Did you like this one? Did you not? Did you like the series overall? And did you not? Yeah. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today, guys. If you do something, please share, like, subscribe, and all that stuff. Goodbye, yo, bye.